Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Amy, and today we're making an absolute classic. Now there are so many different variations of this dish out there, and so many of them are incredibly delicious, but sometimes you just kind of want that old reliable that tastes so good and it makes all the others seem like pretentious upstarts. We're making classic old school lasagna. So I've made lots of lasagna recipes, but this one is probably my favorite and the best I've ever had so far. And as with most lasagna recipes, it's a labor of love and so worth every second. So let's get cooking. To start, let's get working on our sauce, which is the part of the prep that takes the longest. Since this is a classic lasagna, we need 1 pound of ground beef and a ½ pound of Italian sausage. You can use mild or hot sausage depending on which you like best, because we are all about getting what we want out of our cooking around here. Add both meats to a large saucepan and cook them over medium-high heat, breaking them apart into small chunks. When they start to brown, add 1 medium chopped onion. Cook this all together till the meat is almost cooked through. Now, many times you will see onions being cooked before any of the meat, but we specifically didn't do that here. Cooking onions first makes them sweet and tender and caramelized, and it's exactly what you want if you're making a sauce to serve directly from the saucepan because it creates a really flavorful base. But it also adds additional moisture to the pan, and the meat may not brown as well. There are also enzymes in raw onion that tenderize meat, which are lost in the cooking process. Adding the onions later also keeps the onions more firm, which we want because this is going to cook a lot more and we don't want our onions to burn or to become complete onion mush. When the meat is almost cooked through, drain out the fat, return the meat and the onions to the pot, and add 2 cloves of minced or crushed garlic, which is about 1 to 2 teaspoons. Stir the garlic in and cook for about a minute, and then pour in 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, 1 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and either a 12-ounce can of tomato paste or 2 of the little 6-ounce cans. Yeah, it's a lot of tomato paste, but I promise that's exactly what we want. Add a ½ cup of water and stir this up so everything is incorporated and the tomato paste isn't just kind of sitting there in a pile. Add 2 tablespoons of sugar, which will counteract some of the acidity of all that tomato. Add in some black pepper, about a 1/4 teaspoon or to taste, as well as about 2 teaspoons of coarse salt, or to taste on that too. The rest I measured very much with my heart, but we need some basil, thyme, oregano, and sage. You can also just add some basil and some Italian seasoning. Stir this all up, turn the heat down to low, and simmer this uncovered for 30 minutes, stirring it occasionally so it doesn't stick. While the sauce is doing its thing, bring some salted water to a boil and cook 12 lasagna noodles. You can cook them fully according to the box instructions, but I'm cooking them until they're almost done but still a little firm. No crunching, just not fully soft. This way they'll finish cooking in the oven and they won't get too soft or mushy, but they'll have that perfect pasta texture at the end. When the noodles are at your favorite level of doneness, remove them from the water and rinse them well with cold water so they don't stick together. Like cold tap water temp. It doesn't need to be ice water or anything. We just want them to stop cooking and be cool enough to handle when we need them. I put them in the strainer to rinse, poured the water out of the big pot, and then sat the strainer in the pot for the noodles to cool down. Now we can whip up our ricotta cheese mixture. Grab a good sized bowl and add 1 cup of shredded mozzarella, 1 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese, a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan, and then I mashed up the ricotta tower a little bit here so I could add everything else. Add 1 egg, and I would suggest cracking it in a separate bowl first to avoid getting shell in the cheese. Don't worry, I did get that little bit of shell out, I promise. Add a bunch of parsley, dried or fresh works just fine. Add some oregano and basil and some salt, about a pinch or so. Mix this all up till everything is evenly combined and the ricotta isn't lumpy anymore. It'll look nice and creamy, almost like deviled egg filling, but with cheese in it. At this point, preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit and spray a 9x13 baking dish with some oil. When the sauce is finished simmering for 30 minutes, we're ready to assemble this meaty, saucy, cheesy pasta beast. Look at how nice and thick that sauce got. This is exactly what we want and why we use 12 whole ounces of tomato paste. If the sauce ends up too thin We won't get the layered perfection we want out of a lasagna. It'll just run out and everything will slide around. I mean, it'll still taste great, but it won't have the body and the texture that we're looking for. Start with a small amount of sauce on the bottom of the baking dish, about a quarter cup-ish. Spread that around so the entire bottom has a little bit of sauce, and then place 3 lasagnas centered like this. Now add a third of the ricotta mixture and spread it out into a layer. It might argue with you a little, just do the best you can with it. Now back to the sauce, and spoon in about a cup and a half of the sauce in a layer over that cheese. Now 3 more pasta noodles and do that all over again. Then a third layer of pasta, cheese, and sauce, and we should have 3 noodles left, but no more ricotta mixture at this point. Place down those last 3 noodles and the remainder of the sauce, and there won't be much left. You need like every drop. Then sprinkle 1 cup of shredded mozzarella and a quarter cup of shredded Parmesan in a nice even layer on the top. Spray some foil with oil or a nonstick cooking spray and cover the lasagna with the oil side down so the cheese doesn't stick to it. Pop this in the oven, bake it for 45 minutes at that 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then remove the foil, bake it for another 15 minutes. When it's done, get that thing out of the oven, but we need to let it sit for another 15 minutes to set up, which will be a very long 15 minutes, I know, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. Slice this up however you want, in as many slices as you like. I went with sort of normal-ish size pieces, which was 10 slices, but if you want 4 honkin' chunks of lasagna, by all means go for it. I mean, look at those layers. It's fabulous. The ricotta level's just right. The sauce is brilliant, chunky, and flavorful, and the pasta did not get too soft. You know, sometimes you just don't need to reinvent the wheel because that wheel was already beautiful and special and had the perfect amount of tomato paste and cheese. Although, it is always worth sprinkling just a little more Parmesan on there, just for prettiness sake. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you try this recipe because this is the best lasagna. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. It really helps out my channel to grow. Don't forget to come and hang out on Wednesdays too, because right now we're making Christmas treats and building up to the great cookie bake. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll see you back here next Sunday for another cozy, comforting home-cooked meal. Bye!